Okay, so this is lab number 7, transistors. I've got my material out. I've actually got both types of transistors here, and I've wrung them out. So I know that I position them the same way in the board. I have this pin here is, it's hard to see. This pin here is the emitter, this is the base, and this is a collector. And then same over here, we've got the emitter, base, and collector. So watch my earlier video to understand how to ring those out so you can identify those. And what I've done is I have this schematic here, which is what you were given for your lab. And what I want you to do is just follow along with your schematic. So I'm going to start with the positive terminal here, and I'm going to go up to a LED. So that has to be positive with respect to this point here. So this is my positive here. So I'm going to take my positive and I'm just going to use one LED instead of 3. What I'm going to go is from the positive and then to a resistor to the collector. So I'll go from the positive, drop it on the board. Note that I have the anode on that side there. So I have a pause, I'll move it over a little bit. And then I'm going to go with a 100 ohm resistor. So I'm going to do this portion now. So 100 ohm resistor into the collector, and I know that this pin over here is my collector. So I'll drop that in there. So now I've done this piece. Positive to the diode, through there to the collector. That's done. Also from this positive, I want to put a paper clip. You can use a piece of wire if you don't have a paper clip. I just took a paper clip and busted it in half. So also from this side, this positive, I want to keep it off to the side, so I'm going to put this right over here. It's the same potential though, right? So that is a positive, and I've got it on the positive. I get this other paper clip which goes to the 100 ohm, which goes to the base. So put the other paper clip in here. So put that right there. So that's my paper clip there. And then I'm going to go to 100 ohm and then into the base. So from there, that paper clip into the base, which is the center pin. So that's done. Now all I want to do is take a negative and go to the emitter. Now I found that if you're having trouble with getting little spare pieces of wire, actually this is a little tie wrap off of the bread, and I just stripped that paper off of there and left me with a nice perfectly sized conductor. So give that a try. So I'm going to go emitter to here to the negative, so I'll just jump that onto that negative rail and plug in my battery. Let's see if this works. Oops, not in that hole. There we go. Okay, so if you bridge the two with your finger, you get some illumination. If you wet your finger, it'll be even more illuminated. And if you touch them, it'll be full brightness there. So it's kind of like a little dimming circuit, but it's actually reusing the transistor as an amplification circuit. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Let's take a look at this. So same thing, emitter, base, and collector. Now, when I'm using this one, I'm just going to reverse this polarity. So this is now going to be negative, and this is going to be positive. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, well, I need to take for this one, I need to take a negative and go up through here. So same idea. I'm going to take a negative, flip that around so I got the short side, come out of the negative rail, move it over a little bit, and now I'm going to come out of that diode with a 100 ohm resistor and go to the collector. So 100 ohm to the collector. And then that's done. Now from this same potential here, it's not a positive, it's a negative now. So I'm going to go to a paper clip. So out of the negative rail, I'll put that there. And then the other paper clip there, drop that in there. And then out of that paper clip to 100 ohm into the base, which is going to be the center pin. So drop that in, so the center pin on the transistor, over to this paper clip here. Really got to make sure that those are in. And then that's done. And all I have to do is go to a positive. Remember, this is reverse because I'm doing the other one. So I'm going to go with a positive to the emitter. So I'll drop this in here. Like that. And we'll see if it works. It does. So there you go. There's how to do an NPN and a PNP type transistor for Lab 7.